What's up, YouTube? Coming at y'all this afternoon about status correction. Uh, Status correction is the most misunderstood topic um, in the conscious community, other than Illuminati. To me, status correction is not something that I would call or deem bullshit, but it's not effective. And I just wanted to do the video real quick because a lot of people talk about people who bring up status correction as being scam artists because there's so many. A lot of people talk about status correction being bullshit. And that's the main reason I wanted to do this video, because status correction ultimately is not bullshit. You know, status correction is ineffective, and it's ineffective for multiple reasons. One is the people who are in charge of answering the status corrections and answering these things in an honest, open, fair manner. Um, that shit's just not happening, G. So that's what makes it ineffective, not incorrect. Like the things that these people are saying and bringing up as far as documents go, like that shit is not a joke. It's not a joke that in 33 or whatever, they changed the money and everything became corporate and blah blah blah. All these things are like historical documented facts. But when you're dealing with people, they just want to know, how can I use this to get out of whatever situation I'm fucking in. That's all they really care about. They don't look at it in that way, as far as you're using status correction to be what is called or deemed a true American. But anyway, staying on point, status correction is not bullshit. Status correction is just ineffective. That's it. And it's always going to be ineffective because the people that it will affect will not allow you to affect them with that shit. They wouldn't have jobs. If status correction went through for everyone like it should and like it's naturally supposed to, then most people call themselves cops, lawyers, judges, all the most 90, not 90, 70% of them would be out of work because there would be no use for them. Because you wouldn't need that many to stop crime. Most people would stop crime on their own. Most people's communities would come together and stop crime and things of that nature. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick, man, because I hear that shit a lot. I've been through it personally. I've stood in front of judges using this shit. So this is not some shit that I'm sitting here watching a couple YouTube videos and nah, G, like I got locked up and was using this shit and ended up losing my mom's, G, and came home just enough time to bury my mother behind being locked up and all of that shit using this. Like, I've been through a lot. I had people, these people, the links that they'll go through to hide this shit, like it'll blow your fucking mind. Like, these people actually sent me to an Eastern State Medical Facility because I was questioning the judge on basically with status correction questions, like, yo, what is the factual name of a state and blah 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 blah. But I was doing it in a status correction way, and to hide that shit, yo, I was there for all of, just so we'll all be clear on this medical facility shit, I was there for about 42 minutes. So you'll never find any record of me being there, and my name is Derek Jones, like on the thing. So you'll never find any record of me being there or anything of the sort. I was there for about 40 minutes, and then people sent me right back to that fucking jail, and then I went right back to court and had to continue dealing with this shit. And it's a difficult thing because the reason I say status correction is not bullshit but ineffective is, like I stated before, the things that people were saying about it, the information is out there. The information is not pretend, but it will never be effective because people have to accept it, and those people who call themselves the government will never accept it, so it will always be ineffective. Maybe one or two people it'll work for. And another reason why I always shy away from status correction is because the same case I was telling you about, talking about, which I'll go in depth in another video, I say we because my family went through it with me, but when I was in there going through that shit, it was like I was staying as sharp as I could on my square with this status correction shit, but ultimately I was taking a burden on myself. And when you go to court, the last thing you want to do is take a burden of proof on yourself. So you want to leave that on the people who are bringing you in there, accusing you of shit. And they're a team. They're all together. Like, you can ask them. They'll lie and say that they're not. But if you just ask them simple questions, it will clearly show that they're on a team together. Like, the judge, ask him who does he represent. He'll tell you he'll represent the state of Virginia or the state of Maryland or the state of Kentucky or the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what he'll say. Then you ask the prosecutor, well, who is she representing here? And the same thing. The state of Virginia, state of Arizona, Commonwealth, Massachusetts. Like, they'll say these things. They'll tell you openly that they're on the same side. You know what I mean? The cop who arrested me, who does he represent? The state of Maryland, state of Florida, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Like, they're telling you that this guy, that person, this person, that person, and this person are all on the same team. The only one who's not on the team is fucking you. Okay, so it's rigged from the word go. It's all a setup from the word go. Like, they meet in the courthouse a couple hours before the first cases go out and discuss all the cases. So the shit was already planned before your ass even got there. When you were getting out of the bed, brushing your teeth and praying that the Lord convinced this wicked ass evil lawyer called a judge to see it your way, dog, the case had already been planned out. Like, especially if you had an attorney, that shit was already planned out already. So when you get there, you're just going through the motions. Like, 60 Minutes did a joint on that shit like 10 years ago, man. Like, it showed them all meeting in the room, working this shit out together. And so, one of the interviewers, the dude was like, so when people come to court and wondering what's going on, you guys, the lawyers, like, yeah, we already know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. But don't take burdens of proof on yourself. What got me home with no lawyer, mind you, I did all of this without an attorney, without the assistance of attorney in any shape, form, or fashion. He was there, of course, forced upon me, but everything I did on my own. You know what I'm saying? When I filed my habeas corpus, all that shit, I did that all on my own. So the hardest thing, though, is to understand that once these people grab you, you're damaged. Like, there's no money that somebody can pay for peace of mind. There's no money that somebody can pay for throwing you in a cage. There's no money anybody can give you to make those things not have happened to you. You know what I'm saying? But the best thing I can tell you is status correction is not going to get your ass anything except further locked up and fucked up. Not because it's not true. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make. It's not because it isn't true. It's because the people who must accept this truth never, ever, ever fucking will accept that truth. And then it's also ineffective. Remember, it's two parts to this. It's also ineffective because you're taking a burden of proof on yourself, and that's the most asinine thing to do in a courtroom. You are supposed to leave the burden of proof on the prosecutor. If they say that the citizen was apprehended on such and such street at such and such time, ask the prosecutor, yo, where in evidence or facts that in the statements in record that I'm a citizen? And how am I a citizen? Do you have any proof that I'm a citizen? Watch they start asking you questions. Well, were you born here? Objection. Non-responsive. I asked you the proof, facts that you have that I'm a citizen. Of course they can't provide that shit. They'll attack you with hyperbole. They'll say you're crazy. They'll say these are things you learned in grade school. They'll say everyone else knows this. Like, that's an appeal to popularity. Oh, everyone else knows this. You know, things like that. You know, like everyone else knows that the democratic process is the best. Like, there's no proof about to prove that, but everyone knows. You know what I'm saying? They run off of notions and common acceptances. And what happens is when you get in there and you don't take burdens on yourself, that's the most effective way. Like, I came home. These people try to give me 5 years, 3.5 years in a penitentiary, and I came home in 11 months with no attorney. And I'm no guru, and I'm no none of that. I'm just here to tell you status correction is not effective, but it is true.